Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame, the wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory. See thou character, give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear that the opposed may beware thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habits as thy purse can buy, but no expressed in fancy rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man, and they in France of the best rank in the station are the most selected and generous chief in that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night, the day. Thou canst not be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing season this and they.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
The time invites you. Go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
To the memory loft, and your shelf shall keep the dear.
Farewell.
What is't, Ophelia, be hath said to you?
So please you something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry, well bethought. 'Tis told me, he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. If it be so, as so 'tis put on me, and that in way of caution I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly as it behooves my daughter and your honor. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affections to me.
Affection? Pooh! You speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstance. Do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think, but I do know that thou art being very insensitive. I passed through many troubles with Hamlet recently, and one does not shed a tear nor blink an eye for me.
Mary, I'll teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you have taken these tenders for true pay, which are not sterling. Tender yourself more dearly, or, not to crack the wind of poor phrase, running it thus, you'll tender me a fool.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion.
Aye, fashion you may call it. Go to, go to.
And he hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springes to catch woodcocks, I do know. When the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, giving more light than heat, it's extinct in both, even in their promise, as it is a making, you must not take for fire. From this time be somewhat scanter of your maiden presence. Set your entreatments at a higher rate than a command to parley. For Lord Hamlet believes so much in him, that he is young, and with a larger tether may he walk, than may be given you. In few, Ophelia, do not believe his vows, for they are brokers, not of that dye which their investments show, but mere implorers of unholy suits, breathing like sanctified and pious bawds, the better to beguile. For this is for all. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment leisure, as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your way.
I shall obey, my lord.